Hi friends, and welcome back to playing tribute to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, Great Ace Attorney Adventures, which is the first game of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, the prequel series of the Ace Attorney series. Phew, okay, that was a lot. We are jumping into the fourth case of the game, The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro. And this, I believe, I was excited about starting because I believe that this is my favorite case of the game. Now, like I said, I don't really remember that much about the game. I really honestly, I only remembered the second case because of how depressing it was. I barely even remembered how all of this got started and the death of Wilson or Dr. Wilson and all that stuff too. And that, that Naruhodo was accused of it. But I do remember a little bit about this case, and the things that I remember I really like. So I think this is my favorite case. We shall find out, because this is the fourth case, and there are 5 cases in this game. So, we're close to the end here. Well, the middle.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover. His eyes wandered, following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening. To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back. Lit in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
Ooh, an invisible killer. Oh, we're back in the Supreme Court again. I wonder if we're going to have a case in here, since it is the Supreme Court. It looks like a chair that a judge could sit in. Though I think that the Chief Justice... Oh, it's the office, sorry. That's why. Yeah, I was going to say, I think that the Chief Justice sits in that chair. It's like his desk. Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo? No, not at all. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, previous case. Crazy stuff happening. And our client was less than innocent. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? The rooms were so luxurious, I felt like we were staying in a palace. And with all the gas lights twinkling, it was brighter than day even in the middle of the night. Why were all the lights on in the middle of the night? Unless they mean outside. What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Burya, I wasn't going to waste a single inch of that space. I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Oh yes, it really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except, when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms, the dream quickly turned into a nightmare. Oops, sorry about that. The building was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. In a lodging house in Japan, the sum of money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we were presented with the bill. Ugh, I really am sorry. Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. Ugh, London is a scary place. Good morning to you this early hour. I already forget what I did for his voice. It was important and imposing. Oh, yes, we were, well. Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. Susato-san is amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. See? Imposing. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Yes, it was very eye-opening. Thank you. And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end. Yes, I've already been apprised of the events. Have you been apprised of what happened afterward? Have we been apprised of what happened afterward? You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh. No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. I love how the birds fly off when he does that. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Thank you very much. So, I'm a lawyer now. Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Another case already? Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. What is to come to terms with? The man was cleared. What more were you hoping for? Finding the truth? Knowing what really happened on that omnibus? He says he couldn't have asked for a better defense, but he was also literally stomping mad at us when we kind of went against him at moments. I just can't help wondering if Mr. McGilded really was innocent. Mr. Naruhodo, it's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended. Well, you needn't to let him trouble you for a second longer. Sorry? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? Magnus McGilded passed away immediately following the trial. No! What? Mr. McGilded is dead? The birds. I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. So we have not been apprised of the situation. Let's find out what happened, shall we? I don't understand. What happened? How can he be dead? After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you presumably recall, the omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Yes, of course, that was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGilded had been accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up in flames. No. How could such a thing have happened? That is being investigated as we speak, but already the police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of McGilded. That's awful. The man must have slipped inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. The bailiff really needs to pay more attention. And how could that have happened? That is also being investigated as we speak. Thinking back now, immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilded did mention going back into the courtroom to look at the omnibus. An inspection of the omnibus. Not to my knowledge, I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. But then who was Mr. McGilded talking about? Never mind that now. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. Poor Poor Mr. McGilded. So, that's what happened. That's who was inside the omnibus at the end of the last time. Let's talk about the British court, shall we? So, how'd you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? How did you find it? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was... wow. Such a way with words. Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old. Wow, Susato-san has such a way with words. I love how he said the same thing about her, seriously, that I said about him, sarcastically. And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones. Oh, there they go, reading our minds again. The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can. Most advanced in the world, is it? It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair. You called that simple? Simple? That was simple? Thank you, Susato. As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple. And how did you know that I couldn't lose it? Like, he was ready to be, like, if I hadn't gone against, or if I hadn't insisted on that jury re-examination thing, he would have been sentenced. Because the jury all claimed him guilty. And the only thing that kept it from being, or kept it from me losing, was him messing with the evidence. So, it really, but like, does Strongheart think it's something else was going on? Like, what? Because there's a lot of complications there. Did he think that there were going to be complications? Oh, because he probably knows that the guy is, like, how he had his hands and everything. So he probably knew that something would happen where he would manipulate things, because McGilded manipulates things. Like, remember the prosecutor was like, oh yes, this is his true nature. Anyway. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Is something funny? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I don't know about that. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much, at least, is an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I have prepared the new case for you that I mentioned before. What's going on? What was he going to say before? Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned? Don't tell me it's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind? That is to say, no one has died. As yet. And the trial will not be today. There's plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. Ah, so the trial's tomorrow. Is everything alright? Oh, yes, I'm just a little confused, that's all. Yesterday's trial was Well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilded's trial. Oh yes, I nearly forgot. There is one similarity with yesterday's case. Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Oh, great. Oh. If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Yes, that's right. Ugh, here we go again. Your time is up. You'll have to excuse me. I will advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There's now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until the court sits. Last time he mentioned the 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time. And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday you remarked upon something. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Zoe. I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. Inside 34 seconds. Oh, well, Kazuma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system of the world worked so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work toward that myself, and there's another thing. Oh! Another thing. Continue. On the way here on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important that I have to do. Something very important. And what exactly would that be? He never had a chance to tell me. I suppose he would have done if he'd ever made it to Great Britain. We're out of time. Well, thank you for an enlightening discussion. Mr. Naruhodo, what is all this about? Mr. Sogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me. I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. Oh, I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. He'll be able to apprise you of the details. How long has he been there? So, I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean? I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we had better talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right. I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. Get ready for a new character, folks. Could we trouble you? What do you think? Ah! If you recall, we saw him in the cutscene of at the end of the last case. I think he had a Cockney-ish accent too. Oh well. Lovely weather, isn't it? What's the weather got to do with anything? Ah! Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about weather doesn't get every English gent eaten out of your hand, you know. But Susan told me it was foolproof. I'm a busy man, a very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to get the likes of you a-talking to. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there would be saying, Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. Well, and all because of some bumpkin who's here on a jump from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? Is my reputation at the yard going to tatters. There's no need to rip us apart as well. don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Unbelievable! How did she pull that off? So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. The name is Tobias Gregson. Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard. Gregson? Inspector Gregson? What's the matter with Susato-san? Does this detective's name mean something to her? Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson? You're acting like you know this man, Miss Susato, but he's a London detective. Oh, I do know him very well, in fact. Very well? Yes, he features prominently in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes. Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Ranst Magazine? That's right! Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful, friendly rivalry. Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's incredible! Oh, well, I don't know about all that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up to the goods time to time. If he's not being an idiot, I guess. Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of the bad lot of all of the Scotland Yarders. Those are his own words. And that's his highest praise? Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see. That he is not. Thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now. That's great, isn't it? I have to admit, to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the Yard went through the roof. That's wonderful. No, it's not. There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure. Rumors? Are you quite sure? Might be a little paranoid now. He's changed since he started appearing in that stories. Fame's gone into his head, stuff like that. Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you? Paranoia. Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. Sure as eggs is eggs. I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work. Oh dear, perhaps a sudden rise to fame does change people. Alright, what's the case, dude? So, about the case that the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before? Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the Yard, it couldn't be simpler. Oh dear, that probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated. Wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in hospital, unconscious. That's despicable! What sort of coward would attack a poor woman from behind? I suppose you would have finished whoever was off with a Susato takedown, would you? That's neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo. Brace yourself, Ryunosuke. You've angered her now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit. Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question? Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. Sorry? There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now. Why ever not? Simple. Prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Baroque von Zeeks. No. Sounds like you heard of him then. Oh yes, we are very familiar with Lord Van Zieks. Believed to be the harbinger of death itself. The Reaper of the Bailey. Tell us more. Lord Beric Van Zieks, who we faced in court only yesterday. Mr. McGilded told us about him before the trial, didn't he? When Van Zieks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused to sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been doomed. Condemned. In some way. Destroyed! This Reaper of the Bailey nickname, I suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty, is that it? Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zieks, Mr. Naruto secured a verdict of not guilty. Ha. And what of it? Well, I think that means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant. No, you really don't have a clue, do you? What do you mean? What happened to the bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. Ah. Magnus McGilded came a copper in the omnibus when it went up in flames. Came a cropper in the omnibus. Oh, I think this playthrough is just full of British slang too, so that's gonna be fun. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you? What are you saying? Look, if Van Zieks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work for miracles. He doesn't work miracles, he works magic. Black magic. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. Are we really supposed to believe that? Alright, well, I filled you in as requested, and I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there. It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place? That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself. Is that... Mom? As in, that rhymes with palm, not ma'am that rhymes with ham? Because there's like a difference in the British way of how they address people. And one's like more superior than the other, I think. Branded him a criminal already? He's good as shaking like a leaf in that cell he is. I'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer to show you the way. Inmate 53. Thank you. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say. Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo? To tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too. But if the man they've arrested is innocent, you could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny. So, if I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself, and I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try, so I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help? Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant. Thank you. So then, shall we? Yes, let's go. Alright. I always feel on edge here, but there are so many interesting books I wish I could borrow. We've got The Seat of the Crime, and we've got the prison cell. So we were told where the inmate was, so we might as well go to the prison. Inmate 53 and all. So these are British prison cells. Oh, they're ghastly. Feels just like a dungeon. Yes, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls. Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo, you're making it seem worse. Apparently our client is in this cell here. It's so dark in the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like. Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you. Stop hiding in the back of the cell and show your face at once. Oh, I have to figure out what voice I want to give this guy. Am I a cat? As yet with no name? Calling me by a number is utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. Mr. Naruhodo, what do you think is going on here? I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Oh. There he is. Excuse me, but who? Shh, quiet! This poor guy. They're all around hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening, even now. I can sense it. Right. So, could I ask you who exactly... There you are! You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it. You're a ghost. A ghost? We mean you no harm, prisoner-san. Are you... Japanese, by any chance? Oh, his eyes cleared up. Look at that. This is... beyond my wildest dreams! I love this guy. One of the things that I like about this case is our client. Forgive me for that outburst before, I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We're just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land. So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damp, dark hole was a most monumentally moving moment! I love his little posts he does too. We could have guessed this new client Lord Strongheart assigned to us would turn out to be a fellow Japanese. Ah! What compassion my fellow countrymen show. To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never failing. Nippon? Whatever. A first-class lawyer? Oh dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here. I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what's happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example? Yes, I can, I will. Chant, say, sullen, and silent. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy. Yes, he does. I just hope he actually has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you for your cooperation. Apparently the Japanese is getting lost on my tongue. I'm a lawyer, as you said. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. And I am Hiroto-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. I am a visiting student sent here by our government. Notoriously named Natsume. Soseki Natsume. Alright. Soseki Natsume, tell us about yourself. Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name. Is there a pun hidden in there? Soseki Natsume. Soseki Natsume. I have no idea. Mason. Mason? Soseki Natsume-san. Nope, I can't hear anything. What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume. A nom de plume? You mean an alias? That's right, Naruto-san. No, don't be so prosaic. It's much more refined than that. And haiku, that really reminds me of home. Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent over here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this! It's beyond the pale! Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here? No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course. Oh. But just because the government tells you to do something doesn't mean you can do it. No. What do you mean? He's having trouble studying English. If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood. That's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly, unreasonable. Yeah, he's having trouble learning the language. Poor guy. I see. Only the other day, I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white, washi. You must be a man of great standing. Oh, yes. So often told. And often like to be told, it seemed. Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san? I didn't do it. I didn't commit that atrocious murder. Murder? Oh, no, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? But she was stabbed with a knife. Right before my eyes. Before your... Oh, sorry, that's me. Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? I didn't see anyone. What? If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I'd be locked up in here? Oh dear, it seems the case is becoming rather complicated. Well, we expected it. Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me? It's the curse of London. It's incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient. So Soseki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker. It's vital that we find out more about the case. Tell us more. Tell us more. I was in an accursed evening. It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I had been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. Sure, the bookshop wasn't accursed too. As I was walking along the accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was. And just as I went to overtake her, she suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed into the cold, hard slabs of stone at my feet. How terrible. I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran, as fast as my legs would carry me, back to my accursed lodgings. Well, running from the scene of the crime definitely wasn't a good idea. That's not good. They'll say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. Tell me, Soseki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours? Don't be ridiculous. Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that. I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. I see. A young woman unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened, Who else did you see nearby? Did anyone pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. No one? Oh, great. So the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it? What conundrum? What do you mean, Susato-san? What's the conundrum? Well, if what Sasaki-san has just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen. I did! But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit. Ah, you! What did you just say? Nothing! I didn't say anything! Oops, perhaps I thought that a little loudly. Actually, that's not what's troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Sasaki-san actually come to be arrested? Sorry? He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place? Oh, yes, she's right. It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the police to me. Sholmes? Of all the bad luck. Accursed great detective. Could it be? I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed, busybody, begone! May you be cursed until the end of your days, Herlock Sholmes. Herlock Sholmes. I knew it. Well, Sholmes is the one who pointed him out to be the criminal, so that should tell us that he's not the one who did it, right? Because Sholmes has never been correct so far. Mr. Sholmes? Herlock Sholmes. Well, I didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure. It was the morning after the nightmare had unfolded in the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese. Wow, a silver hard cheese would be really hard, yeah. When some men suddenly burst through the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police! Put the weapon down!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon! Disgusting dietary discrimination devils! You clearly had a trying morning yesterday. And there he was in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Herlock Sholmes. It's actually Herlock Sholmes. He's English. I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London. Yes, the great detective is really very well known. His overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the white knife-wielding madman. Me, this weak, stooped kitten of a man. I wonder what great deduction process led him to his conclusion this time. I don't know why I said that in Chisato's voice. Did you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? Yeah, see, the deductions have never been good. He needs his partner. That would be really most unreasonable. Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in. Of course you were. That's only natural. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Fiendish foreign flim-flammery. Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English. Good point, good point. But my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes I do, and I'm fine. The next thing I knew, I was in manacles. And before I knew it, I was thrown in here. Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising. I'm fine? He's not fine now. Mr. Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Oh, you can just call me Naruhodo. And when we're speaking English, a simple Mr. is more than enough. Oh, yes, yeah, alright, yes, they've really got to me. This country is poisoning my mind. But please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? His eyes are clear again. Well, Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself, on a study tour. A student. I have defended a case in the Old Bailey. Only the one, though. But at this moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to be believing. I am confused about what justice in this country even means. Oh, Naruhodo-san. I'm not even a foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm sort of a local lawyer, I suppose. But that armband! That's the mark of the defense lawyer from our great empire! It's a keepsake from a man who should have been here. He was my best friend. A keepsake. I know exactly what they're saying about me. Oh, who do you mean? The lawyers, all the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me. Goodness, why'd you say that? For the same reason as you noted before. When it happened, there was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. It must be very hard for you, Saseki-san. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them, someone not to be trusted. I heard them openly laughing about me before, in my earshot, without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said, and of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say this man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. It's awful. They're wrong! I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and this great history. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So, at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. You could do it, couldn't you? I mean, that's a fair point. When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. Saseki-san, it's just that... Give me a little time, please. I'll do what I can for the time being. What do you mean? We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it'll give us a much better chance, I'm sure. Oh, yes, thank you. I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you. Locum student Mr. Naruhodo's Esquire. We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for. Alright. Best of luck, buddy. Prison cell where the defendant, Mr. Saseki Natsume, is being held. It's quiet and the light from the candle is dim, but there's little chance of sleeping. Visiting a cold, dark jail brings home the reality of crime and punishment. What a lovely little London street. So, this is where it happened. Briar Road. Look, Mr. Naruhodo. Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable. The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak. That is their job, you know. But Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. They're often depicted in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, but I never dreamt I'd ever come this close. To a real Bobby's helmet. What? The helmet? The helmet is what she's excited about? Of course! I have to try one on one day. Well, I hope your hatty dreams come true. Oh, Inspector. Hi. What's the Japanese delegation doing here? Oh, Inspector Gregson. This isn't on the forest trail. I'm fairly sure you're well aware. I'm trying to figure out his voice to make it distinct. Yes, of course. We're here to investigate. So you can hold themselves then. What do you make of the criminal? He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect. We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Well, do what you will. Doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens. And the verdict's foregone conclusion. The stone cold air of rejection. Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone cold air. That makes it worse somehow. Well, I guess we can talk to the good detective. Scotland Yard, tell us about those Bobby helmets. Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in the Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place. The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world. Oh, and you know I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. It does make them look the part. Seeing that policeman there with his helmet on, you certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city. Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful? Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you. Oh really? First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes round and rouses up all the laborers in his beat so he can get off to work. So they can get off to work. What? He wakes people up? Yep. Raps on their windows with a long pole. Did it myself going back a bit. I had no idea. The Bobby works for the people of the town. Just another one of his duties. After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. It's regulation distance. I can't really imagine how far that is, but it sounds like a long way. Let me see. 20 miles. That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far. And when it gets dark, of course, he has an important job of lighting all the gas street lamps. Oh my. And I suppose in between all those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well? And chase after criminals trying to evade the law. I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. Or alongside, but yes. That sounds terribly busy. Do they ever sleep? Man. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men keeling over from time to time, I admit. Yeah. I've always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruto. Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do. It happened at around 5 in the evening, 2 days ago, just there on that open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind. Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? Oh, wow. Is it right that the lady is still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in the hospital. I never said she was the lady. Truth is, unless she comes around pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all. I suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement of her, of course. From her, of course. Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want. Really? Are you sure? It's yard policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of information to go on. I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still. Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept. Okay. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Alright, gives us no information right now. But I'm sure all of that stuff will be important soon enough. Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else in the scene after the victim and your fellow countrymen. Other than the victim and your fellow countrymen. So who did it, do you think? Not much of a head-scratcher, is it? Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming to not have seen anyone else around, but just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can't be sure that nobody else was present. It was foggy that night. I'm sorry to tell you, but I most certainly can be sure. How? Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed. What? We have two very reliable witnesses, no less. It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them. There were witnesses now. Who are these witnesses, Inspector? A fellow and his wife. The man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all London. He's a copper from Scotland Yard. A policeman. That might change things. And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment that the woman was attacked? Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby. Catching them banging in the act and all. Catching them banging in the act and all. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions? Be my guest. You can ask him what you like. In court tomorrow. Oh. I've got no doubt he'll be summoned as a witness. So that'll give you something to look forward to. That's that then. He's got no intention of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems. A policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that this could make our job very difficult indeed. Yes, as a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Oh, yes, one more thing, Inspector. What? The person who led you to the suspect. I hear that it was Mr. Herlock Sholmes. What are you bringing him up for? This is something I said. The color has strained from his cheeks. Who did you hear that name from? Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings. I'm sure it was the result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions. Fiddle-faddle. The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere. Oh. I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up in the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case. Yes, he's quite astounding, isn't he? He's a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he? Gibble gabble. Ah! Ever seen this before? Oh, yes, that's the Rance magazine. The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Herlock Sholmes appears. Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in his stories. And the so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Herlock Sholmes tale at all. Well, I suppose there is an element of that. We work our socks off. Every one of us. Only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard well, the man's as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals. That can't really be true, can it, Inspector? Are you implying that he's right, though? That he's doing a good job, if he's dangerous to the criminals? Clearly, the great detective and the police have a complex relationship. Anyway, tomorrow's trial. The twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you going to defend him or not? Well, Mixed no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole. Because the prosecution is being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean? There's no way to save that man now. It's a waste of time trying. It's all been strange, though. It's all a bit strange, though. Sorry? The Reaper hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now. Yes, we did hear something to that effect. The only people he usually bothers with are the real scum. Master criminals, violent ones. Master criminals. The violent ones? That's right. He handpicks his victims, only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins. But Mr. Natsumi wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely. That's just my point, Sunshine. Yes, the young woman was stabbed, but didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So, this isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase. Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it? No, there's got to be more to it. Some reason he's taken an interest. Really? What sort of reason, Inspector? Think I can tell you what's going on inside the head of that Lord of the Darkness? Lord of Darkness? You'll have to ask him yourself. Tomorrow's trial. Are you really going to have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as you put it? Well, I don't think we're going to get any more useful information out of the detective. Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion? Yes, what is it? Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this. By him, do you mean Mr. Sholmes? Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, exactly. Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all this, didn't he? Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet with Mr. Sholmes again. The trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address even. So how? It's Baker Street! How do you know that? It's in the stories, of course. 221B Baker Street, the most famous address in the world. Oh, I see. Well, doesn't stop us from going, I suppose. That is an interesting concept. It is the most famous address in the world. Most famous address in the world. Because I can't think of any other address that's actually mentioned in stories or well known. 221B Baker Street, that's the thing. Can anyone think of any other addresses that are mentioned in any stories? Nope. Put them in the comments if you can. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. We better try to find our way there before Sato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable. Hurrah! I'll summon a carriage! So, we're to have a reunion already. With the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. I wanted to investigate the area, actually, because isn't this the scene of the crime? Or am I not going to be able to look around here because the bodies are here? It's when the officers from Scotland Yard, the police are making sure the crime scene is undisturbed. I have a feeling that if we wander too close, we'll be clapped in irons. I think perhaps you're being a little overcautious. We've done nothing wrong, so we have no cause for concern. Oh no, I'm not getting caught out again. Twice is enough. Twice I found myself in handcuffs, despite not knowing a thing about what was going on. Yes, you've had some dreadful experiences. I'm sure it's that wide-eyed look of panic you're so prone to. It does you no favors at all. Ugh. I mean, that's true. I like the snowman. I want to look at the snowman. What a delightful snowman! I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. Looks a little creepy, though. Oh, it has a scarf, look! You need one if you're around this freezing cold all the time. I wish I had one. I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment, too. We certainly can't afford a scarf. Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his. But the person who made the snowman certainly would. Yes, I know, you're right. Anyway, even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. Yeah. What's going on with this bicycle, man? It's broken. Oh, a British bicycle, look! Although the wheel is misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling. It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well. The bicycle fad won't last. I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that. Goodness, do you dislike bicycles? No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts and falling into a river, I know you'd agree with me. Well, I'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around. Oh, look at the windows of the building there. Are you sure they're windows? Yes, but they're all filled in with bricks. Oh, you're right. I wonder why. Perhaps it's an empty property where no one lives in the moment? There's smoke coming out of the chimneys, though. Oh dear, everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place. There are piles of snow on the pavement here and there, but the road itself is covered in carriage tracks. It seems carriages often travel down Briar Road. It soon disperses all the snow. I slipped over when I was walking down the pavement earlier. Seems like it would be far safer to walk on the road instead. Oh, but you're rather small, Mr. Naruhodo, and dressed in all black. I worry coachman might not see you, and you could be flattened by horses. Well, thank you for the rather small concern. The clouds look so big and heavy in the sky, don't they? And with the dense fog as well, everything looks hazy. Well, it is known as Foggy London town. I can just make out some sort of spire through the fog. Looks like it's still being built, though. Aha! Yes! That must be the Crystal Tower! Being built for the Great Exhibition! It's to open in 6 months' time! Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Apparently it's going to be very striking. Glazed on all sides and the symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition. It's to be the largest exhibition in history, is it? Can't even begin to imagine it. Oh. It's a rather typical brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history. Sorry, I combined the two of them because I thought at first it was Chisato, and then I was like, oh no, it isn't, and then I looked at the name and was like, oh yes, it was. Well, time nearly seems to have taken a toll on this place. It's crooked and sagging all over. Oh, my switch wasn't sensing my button press. In fact, it looks decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here. We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible. Yeah, you're right. Cheap, but ideally worth reasonably level... Wow. Yes, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonably level floors. Alright. I think there was a carriage to look at. Oh! That's a Scotland Yard carriage! They use vehicles like that to rush to crime scenes and cart away criminals. You're very well informed, aren't you? It's long been a dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London. Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then. But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it. Wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone. No, 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 I wasn't serious! Let's get out of here before Susato commits a crime. 221B Baker Street, home and office of the most famous detective in the world. Can we really visit, do you think? Oh, pinch me, I'm sure I must be dreaming.
Thank you very much.
It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day.
Thanks again. This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
It's very nice. From the outside, it looks nice. Oh, wow. So this is where the great detective makes his living. Feels surreal to be it feels surreal to be here somehow. Is it as described in the stories, Mr. Sato? Susato-san? Many famous cases have been solved here in this very room. Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. I've never read the story, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be. The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it, the romanticism! Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo? Oh, I suppose I can, yes. So if you don't mind, I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please, don't mind me. She's obsessed. Well, looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me? Is anybody home? Oh, do we have a visitor? Hello? Is it a big new case for Mr. Sholmes? Hello? Wait. Aren't you... Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once. I'm sure it's the same girl. Mr. Sato, did you see the girl who's just here? Oh, yes. Isn't it truly extraordinary? Yeah, she's still a little bit distracted. To think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case. The King of Bowaria? King Wilhelm Gottfried... Wait, what? I'm gonna try to do this, guys. I can do it. King Wilhelm Gottschalk Sigismund von Ormstein, of course. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventure of Herlock Sholmes for a moment and look over there. The tea's brewed, and I have freshly baked cake as well. Ah, it's you! I knew it. Susato-san recognizes her too. Her theme is fun. Very, mischievous. It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGillicuddy's trial in the defendant's antechamber. I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you, having to get straight to work when you've only just arrived in London. Oh, yes, it was challenging. Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know. Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color? Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor. Hooray, it's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you see. You must be exhausted after a long voyage here, and you have another ticklish trial tomorrow. Oh, and you're to defend the Japanese man. I do wish you lots of luck. How do you know all of this? Also, I love how her hair looks like a bow. It's very cute. Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance? Oh, that was Susato, sorry. Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about that, right, James? Oh, you know Hurley, do you? Hurley? Mr. Sholmes to you, surely. Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see. Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I think I've nailed her voice now. I think I figured it out. I didn't do it well in the last case, but that's okay. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand today, even though he's just returned from overseas. Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth did she know so much about us? Did she deduce all of those things, do you think? And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite? Oh, silly me! I haven't introduced myself, have I? It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson. I live here together with Hurley. Ah, Iris is it. What a lovely name. What? What's the matter? No, wait, this can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson? What's the matter with Susato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? Yes, that's right. And what are your names? Oh, I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan. Oh, sorry. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you. Lovely! Susie and Runo! Got it. Susie? And Runo? There's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her. I don't know where to start. Yes, and so do I. Let's converse, shall we? It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey? Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you so much. Oh, no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming. Though at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Like this? Huh, thinking back now, you left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you? Oh yes, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade. Oh, Ginny! Yeah, she's a professional pickpocket. So we found out. It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that. Are you referring to the trial-disrupting, gun-like contraption? Exactly, so I followed her, you see, to get it back. Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions. This girl is dangerous. Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that. She could apologize to my trusty technician. So she could apologize to my trusty technician. Sorry, your technician? Hurley, of course, silly. Hurley. Yep, Herlock. Herlock Sholmes. We live here together. I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter. Daughter? Not likely. What? I wouldn't call him Hurley if he was my father, would I? Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Sholmes? Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive. So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate. Your roommates. I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year. Well, what of your mother and father? Oh, no. They're not around. Oh, I see. I wonder what the story is there. Oh, yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. I'm a very great fan of the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, and... Oh, you have a copy of Rand's magazine! Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship. Oh, this is so exciting! My stories are being read on the other side of the world! My stories? That's right! Hurley is always solving such amazing cases, you see, and he tells me all about them. They really are quite fascinating. would be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness! Last night, he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came. So you are the author, and that's how she knows all about us. Yep. I'll let you in on the secret if you like. I'm going to call this latest adventure The Speckled Band. The Speckled Band. That's certainly very familiar. Of course, I always change one or two details of the stories here and there. This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble. Yeah, you're not the only one who would have that idea. Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually. Yes, and of course I know that the snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but it's a story. Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think. Don't you? So, do you mean to say... Are these stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rand's magazines all written by me? Yes, on my wonderful and very modern typewriter. But all the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson. Chisato-san's getting more and more worked up. Yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson. But what about the doctor of medicine part? That's all true too. I am a doctor of medicine. No, at 10 years old. At 10 years old. Well, that's quite incredible. But Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman. Yes. I did alter the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling. Oh. Well, it sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow? I suppose it does, yes. Poor Chisato-san. She looks like her whole world has just fallen apart. About before. Yes? What's on your mind, Bruno? Do tell me. How did you know that I was a lawyer and that we just arrived in London? Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all of that? Oh, that's what you mean. Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail. Of course, I'd be delighted. Although, there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin. Iris Wilson is proud to present her Logic and Reasoning Spectacular. Sholmes is a terrible influence on this child. First of all, I knew already that you were a lawyer, Bruno. After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber. But you also said that we only just arrived in London. How did you know that? I observed a passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket. Oh. So I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, you accepted the case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you're unaware of London's court affairs. The Reaper of the Bailey. I walked right into that one, didn't I? Then I noticed the red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with a suspect, weren't you? Earlier today? Ah. They use those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see. I didn't realize. And a red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. So, that told me that even though you had only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilvray, the two of you had already caused to visit a foreign inmate in the local prison. However, neither of you were wearing a particularly sad expression on your face. So I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe that you have accepted a new case. I see. But how could you have known that the trial was tomorrow? Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me that he'd caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling. A Japanese man. Well, clearly that must have been Mr. Natsume. Oh, Mr. Natsume. Now, Ryuno has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it's clear to me that you both come from Japan yourselves. So I put two and two together and decided that you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion these facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case. She's better at him than she's better than him at it. There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley is always stabbing notes with a knife, you know. He's silly. Yes, he is. And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions. Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct? More correct than his, like I was saying. They were spot on. That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction. You even managed the certain something of Mr. Sholmes' delivery. Oh, well, I was just copying Hurley's style for that. This is really very good news. You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris, please? So, yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, you were saying. Yes. Hurley had just arrived back in London after a sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station, take him directly to the crime scene. The great detective is a popular man, it seems. Apparently, a woman was stabbed on a quiet street somewhere in town. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking, stooped man running away from the scene. A short, shifty-looking, stooped man. Mr. Natsume, beyond any doubt. Seki-san said he didn't see anybody else on the street at all. But it seems there were witnesses after all. Hurley used his great detective powers to determine the man's dress. He was lodging room, very nearby. He went directly there with the police. And what did they find? A short, shifty-looking, stooped man shivering in fear. Mr. Sholmes' great deduction certainly hit the mark that time. Of course it did. He's a great detective. You did witness his deductions on the ship, right? Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, is it? Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Hurley says that London is rife with crime. Oh. Scotland Yard is doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently. Oh dear, I hadn't realized the situation was so dire. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person. That's terrible. I suppose that's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system. I suppose it is. But in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Sasaki-san. Thank you for answering many of our questions, Cyrus. This has been very informative. Oh, you're both welcome. I've had so much fun. Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well. Well, I expect Hurley is still investigating the scene. Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean? Yes, Mr. Natsume? Hurley said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Iris, do you know where those lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson when you were there? Yes, we know Inspector Gregson. Oh, goody! In that case, give Gregsy this for me, will you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know. What is this? A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems. It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem." Gosh, this won't make the inspector help us, will it? Well, thank you, Iris. We'll give it a try. Good luck, then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. And I'll be making more special lens of tea. So come back again soon. We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime. So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all, we headed back to the scene with Iris's curious notes and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. Oh, hey! Looks like we get a break. Investigation is 2 parts then, I see. Alright. Yeah. There you have it. First bit of this case. A little bit of a mystery here with, nobody else being around, I guess, when the crime took place, but enough people being around to have witnessed it. Because he said he didn't see anyone, so it's not like you could be like, oh, those 2 witnesses were the one who did it or something. Like, he didn't see anyone stab her, so that's going to be interesting to figure out. But we shall see what happens next. Soseki is a fun client. His nervousness and his he likes to wax poetic a lot. And hey, we got a good little glimpse into Iris. I totally forgot about her deduction. I forgot that she is a bit of a genius herself, I guess. Doctor of medicine at 10 years old? Sure, why not? I was saying something about this being more realistic than the other games. There are some things that are just remain to be like the anime, though. It's like, yes, it's very anime for a 10-year-old to be a doctor of medicine, sure. But we shall see Herlock Sholmes at the scene of the crime, talk to him a little bit more, and we've also met Tobias Gregson, which is another fun character to have seen. Another favorite. Yeah, that basically covers all of it. So hey, stay tuned for the next episode. And as we continue the investigation, as we actually get into the investigation, I guess more like, we haven't really investigated anything yet. And who knows, maybe there'll be a great deduction sometime. Though I can't imagine when. The great deductions are kind of there when it has nothing to do. Like, the great deduction happened whenever we didn't have a trial at all. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. I'll talk to you guys then.